In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a cash flow forecast very quickly in Aprao. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose a start month. Let's just say October 21. Next, what we're going to do is apply the site purchase. Now, I've already put some of these costs in, but I'm just going to show you how easy it is to do. So let's just say on our site purchase in month 1, we're going to pay 10% deposit on the site acquisition. On month 2, we're going to settle or complete on the site, so we're going to pay the balance, which is 90%. I've then allocated the stamp duty, legal fees, agents fees in exactly the same way on month 2, and that additional land purchase is happening on month 3. Let's say we wanted to change something. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to very easily click onto this, we'll clear that, and then we can actually put the site acquisition for that additional land purchase into month 2 like that. So we can either use the spread tools on the left, or we can click into the cash flow and make those edits. Now within the build cost section, we've got our prelims at the beginning of that site acquisition phase, and then we've got the open market construction starting in month 4. Let's now say our affordable is going to be kicking off in month 5 and is going to be a 12-month build phase. I can S-curve out those costs and they'll be broken out on an S-curve basis for the life of that phase. I can do the same with the open market, and then with the other costs like architect, engineer, we can either choose to put them all in on 1 month like this, or we can spread it over a number of months like this, or we could spread it over the full life of the project if we want to. That will give us a monthly amount to cover the engineer and also the QS. Just as an example. I've spread my marketing costs later on in the project, like the brochure, the show unit and the advertising, and I'll jump up now to the sales section. So let's see where our construction finishes. Our build cost finishes in month 16. So I'll come up to the sales and we say we're going to start exchanging on the units from month 14, and I expect to exchange on 4 of the open market units per month. That's automatically applied those units into the cash flow. Now let's say 2 months later in month 16, we're going to be completing on those units, and 4 units per month is the rate that we're going to work to. I then applied that in, and it's now spread those units out over the life of the cash flow. From the affordable housing, this is all going to come in at the same time in month 18. So we can just press 1 and then you'll see here month 18, all of those units are sold to the housing association at that time. And our other income, which is the sale of the freehold, is going to happen once all of those units have been sold. So I'm just going to say in month 22, we're going to sell the freehold. Same there with the retail unit. So what we've done is we've actually created that cash flow literally in a matter of minutes, which has generated our IRR, the project IRR and the equity IRR. If I scroll down to the finance section of the cash flow here, you can also see the flow of funds. So we've got the forward funding, the senior debt and the mezzanine, and you can see each month how much is being borrowed from each of those lenders. We can see the mezzanine, the senior debt, and the interest that is calculated each month. When we get to the end of the project, you'll also see that the senior debt, or the first charge, is repaid first, and then the mezzanine, and then the equity, which is down at the bottom, is the last to be repaid, and is ultimately generating the profit at the end of the project. With the cash flow, we can export this to Excel, or we can use it to try out different scenarios and understand the impact of what happens when we look at pushing out costs or sales on the project and understanding the impact on finance. Because we can always jump back to the finance section and we can change the interest calculation method to the cash flow, which will actually then give us a term and an interest figure which is being driven by those cash flow forecast numbers. So that is how we create a cash flow forecast in Aprao in only a few minutes.